There are two major forms of electricity, the AC and DC forms of electricity. AC is an acronym. It stands for alternating current. The name alternating was coined out with respect to the characteristic waveform of such forms of electricity as viewed on the oscilloscope. It is a sinusoidal waveform. An oscilloscope is a device used to visualize the physically invisible features of circuits such as waveform, amplitude, frequency, etc. AC entails a bidirectional flow in the sense that at a regular interval, current flow in two alternating directions known as half cycles. Thus, we have the positive and negative half cycles. What this means is that current has two flow paths, one from the positive cycle to the load and back to the source, two from the negative cycle to the load and back to the source. So if there is anything like a polarity meter plugged at the output of an AC supply, we will see something like this. We can see the polarity changing with respect to time or at a regular time interval. But a polarity meter may not be possible due to a concept known as frequency. Frequency is a number of complete cycles per unit time. It is measured in hertz. Now let's assume for a frequency of 50 Hz. This means that the polarity changes every 1/50 seconds. This gives us 0.02 seconds. This time is known as the time period. 0.02 seconds is a very short time. This is why a polarity meter will be difficult for a pure AC supply. Now see AC signal displayed on the oscilloscope. Now let's look at something very interesting. What happens when one is exposed to AC electrocution for 1 minute for an AC supply with frequency of 50 Hz? Now there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. For 50 Hz, time period is 0.02 seconds. Now for a duration of 60 seconds, we have 60 over 0.02, which gives us 3000. So this could imply that the victim's entire system will be vibrated 3000 times. Wow, in 1 minute. So you see, please be careful with electricity. Okay, let's take a short break. We'll be right back. This is our channel. We have a lot of interesting contents, very educative videos. We share a lot of useful knowledge, so do good and visit our channel and go through our contents. I assure you, you are really going to learn a lot. Okay, thank you and welcome back. Thanks for your patience. Now let's take a look at some AC sources. Okay, now let's look at DC. DC stands for direct current. Unlike the AC, DC has only one flow path throughout the circuit. This is from the source to the load and back to the source in just one continuous direction, provided the circuit isn't interrupted. There is nothing like positive or negative half cycles here. It has no frequency. That is, a pure DC source has a frequency of 0. Viewed on the oscilloscope, the waveform of a pure DC is a straight line, a straight continuous line, as you can see on the screen. So these are some of the DC sources or sources of DC electricity or electric energy.
Thanks for watching this video, and I believe you've learned something from it. Please, if you've not, click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell, and also like this video if you really learned something from it. People have been asking this question: which is more dangerous between the AC or the DC electricity? Which is more dangerous? Okay, please stay tuned. In my next video, I'm going to explain and answer this question and also show proofs why which is actually more dangerous between the AC and the DC forms of electricity. Thanks once more, and stay tuned to our channel.